Hey, welcome Broken World Entertainment. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, has decided to throw JK Rowling under the bus. Oh, yep. So, Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe throws JK Rowling under the bus over her views on transgender politics. And he says not everybody in the franchise felt that way. I like the way he's stating this. Everyone in Africa, we never felt like that when we were doing Harry Potter, and this thing wasn't ever a thing. You fucking idiot. So, Harry Potter series creator JK Rowling has been thrown under the bus by the actor who brought her character to life, Daniel Radcliffe, who's recently claimed not everybody in the franchise shares the author's opinions on transgender politics. It's interesting that they have it as politics. So, touching upon his 2020 op-ed for alphabet suicide prevention group, the Trevor Project, during a recent interview with IndieWire, Radcliffe explained to the outlet, the reason I was felt very, very much as though I needed to say something when I did was because practically since finishing Potter, I've met so many queer and trans kids and young people who had a huge amount of identification with Potter on that. Trans kids. What is with these sickos in Hollywood that all of a sudden think kids want to be trans? It's almost like Hollywood itself and the parents have been putting the ideas in their head, really, isn't it? Strange that. And he continues, and so seeing them hurt on that day, I was like, I want them to know that not everybody in the franchise felt that way, he claimed. And that was really important. Radcliffe further elaborated, it was really important as I've worked with the Trevor Project for more than 10 years. And so I don't think I would have been able to look myself in the mirror had I not said anything. But it's not mine to guess what's going on in someone else's head. You've literally just thrown the creator, the woman who's made you famous, under the bus in support of so-called transgender kids. And then you turn around and go, but it's not mine to decide what she meant. What a fucking clown. In Radcliffe's 2020 op-ed, the actor who played the series wizard in all 8 of the live-action adaptations for the popular book series responded to Rowling's then recent tweets criticising the rising defiance of authorities to transgender activists. Here's what she tweeted. If sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction, said the author. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. And she also tweeted, the idea that women like me who've been oh, Jesus. Christ. She stood up for trans. For some reason, my brain's just like, yeah, I'm not going to let you get that word out. To trans people for decades, feeling kinship because they're vulnerable in the same way as women, i.e., to male violence, hate, trans people because they think sex is real and lived. Is that lived? Seems to be a bit misspelled, but whatever. Has lived consequences is a nonsense. Okay. Jesus, how much did she tweet? I respect every trans person's rights to live any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it's hateful to say so. So what she was tweeting about was basically all the trans activists, really. Not the legit trans people. The people who've really struggled and obviously later in life decided I'm in the wrong body. Because they still, sometimes anyway, refer to themselves as trans. So they would say, I'm a trans woman, not I'm a woman. What JK is talking about is all the fucking nutbags out there, you know, the so-called trans women with massive beards. Look like a dude, talk like a dude, because they are a dude, but they put on a bit of eyeliner and lipstick and they're like, I'm a woman, hear me roar. That the erasure of the word woman is happening because they're trying to say, like, well, trans women are women. Yeah, but you're not really. You know, and they can't even answer the question of what is a woman. And we can see how it's becoming a fashion statement, basically, to be trans. So, and we're starting to see the hate, the woke on woke crimes starting to happen with this. So, the TikToker, what's his name? Dylan, what's it? Mulvaney, McVeigh, something like that. The guy who's all 200 and something days being a girl. Now, as you can hear, I'm calling him a him because he very much is. And I'll explain why. But before I explain why, he's having now an online spat with Caitlyn Jenner, aka Bruce Jenner, who of course is probably the most high profile transgender person there is. And Caitlyn Jenner is calling out Dylan, saying, look at you walking around trying to normalise a bulge in the panties, aka you still got your Captain Winky. And he's making a mockery of trans women. I'm pretty sure Caitlyn Jenner still has old little Brucey down below. Whatever way they want to. So they're having now a spat. And of course, Dylan also got himself into trouble by. And there's the other point. Like, he wants to be a girl. Still calling himself Dylan. But he went on to this beauty company's woman talk type thing, where it was two trans women, two dudes, a guy calling himself a girl and a dude with a full grown beard who thinks he's a girl, discussing womanhood. Yeah, worked that one out. But why I'm still calling this Dylan guy a guy is because he is the definition of using trans as a fashion statement. He was a normal dude, then he was gay. But then being gay wasn't the fad, bisexual was, so then he became bisexual. Then that wasn't the fad, non-binary was, he became non-binary. And now transgender is the fad, and now all of a sudden he's day something or another of being a girl. You see what I mean? It's like being used as a fashion statement, and he's using it obviously for clicks on TikTok. And it's crazy where there are absolutely 100% legit people who have struggled, not from the age of like 5 and 6, the way these crazy Hollywoods are trying to tell you, but from the ages of probably around 16, 17. You know, they're probably getting a bit confused. By the time they're in their 20s, they start deciding, well, I think I'm in the wrong body. And by their late 20s is when they really realise. Sometimes it might happen a bit quicker. Not going to deny that. But there's no way, like, the little kids. Like, there was a nutball who came out and said, I can't remember now, it was the dad or the mother. But they were like, oh yeah, our kid is transgender. How old is your kid? 6 months old. How the hell does your child know it's transgender? And the father said it knew 2 weeks after being born that it was transgender. But Radcliffe now is here saying, oh, JK Rowling, she's an enemy of the trans. I stand with you people. I'd say there's some crazy videos of him saying some stupid shit. Because he liked his old drinky poos and used to go to people's houses. Strangers' houses. He did it here in Dublin a bunch of times. I would say there's some videos of him saying and doing some crazy shit. You know, what's the old adage? People in glass houses? Or even he without sin cast the first stone. It's so pathetic. And to think they even refused to invite JK Rowling to do the 20-year anniversary of Harry Potter. There would be no Harry Potter without her. She's right in what she says. Why is it so offensive to say a woman is a woman? It's ridiculous. Anyway, Daniel Radcliffe has just added himself to being an absolute nonce. And with that, we'll leave it here for this one. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.